Hey guys, I've got a full face of luxury makeup that I want you to try on, demo for you guys, share my thoughts as I try them on. We're gonna start in just a little bit, but I just wanted to point out that I've got some new earrings on, a new bracelet, and a new necklace. So this is from Dean Davidson's newest Petite Pavé collection. And I have a 25% off coupon that works site-wide, not just on this new collection. So I'll flash that on the screen. Of course, I'll put that down below in my description box. But you guys know how much I love Dean Davidson jewelry. I've been talking about it for years. And the Dune Huggies that I usually wear, or the Soul Huggies that I usually wear, I'm like, let me give those a rest because those have been going really hard for a long time. And they sent these over to me, and I just love them. I love them. They're petite, but there's a little sparkle there. And they're just a great everyday earring. All right, so I just wanted to mention that and mention my coupon code because 25% off. Now is a great time to kind of stock up on holiday gifts and things, maybe some stocking stuffers, maybe something special for like the best friend in your life, your partner, whomever. Okay, so full face of luxury makeup. So I purchased most of these products off of Nordstrom, and I was hoping they were just gonna all come at once and I could do this this video for you like last week or even the week before, but things were kind of like just trickling in one by one. It was a little bit odd. Anyway, we're gonna start with a new foundation from Louboutin Beauty. So this is the multi-use found sealer face balm. I got it in the shade 10N Ivory Nude, and it comes in the Louboutin red box. And this is what the compact looks like. It is very typical Louboutin. It actually looks very similar to their powder compact, except this part is a little bit more of a metallic. And then it is just simply a balm type of foundation. And underneath here, we have a little poofy, if you want to use that with the Louboutin, the red bottom shoe print. Wow, that took a lot for me to get out. The red bottom, like sole shoe print. Anyway, so there's a little puffy if you want to apply it that way. I'm gonna try, I think a brush is too heavy of an application, so I'm gonna try a sponge, only because I like holding onto an actual makeup sponge instead of these flat ones, because I feel like I just kind of, I don't know, I make a mess. Anyway, I'm gonna use a regular makeup sponge. So I've got my Sonia Kashuk makeup sponge. You guys have seen me use this makeup sponge for years. I don't even know, I got these at Target. I think they're still available. I'll link it down below if it is. But I love them because look at how giant, head for scale, look at how giant these are. I'm gonna go in and just dip in a little bit, and because this is a found sealer, I'm thinking this has pretty high coverage. I'm assuming by that name, they're saying you can use this as a concealer as well. So let's see how that little bit does. Yeah, there's quite a bit of coverage. I wonder if this 10N is a little bit light for me. We're gonna have to, I think, use some bronzer to bronze me up. But yeah, that's pretty white, right? Maybe this is not the right shade for me, but that's okay. We can talk about the formula, the texture of it, and all that good stuff. Okay, I'm just putting it on half of my face. I really like the finish of it. It's very skin-like. I really feel like balm foundations have come a long way. I feel like I've used quite a few in the past, like balmy type products, which in the past, they have not gotten along with me. They've either been too dry, too thick, or too greasy. And yeah, just lately they've been awesome. Like the Ma Beauty Cream Foundation has been great. The Wayne Goss one is great. I love the Makeup Forever, as you guys know, that HD palette. Those are all like pan products. Those are wonderful. And yeah, I feel like they like made a little bit of a leap forward with like these pan balmy products because they're all wonderful. This one even looks like a teensy bit more matte than the others that I've been using. So if you have like an oilier, normal to oily kind of skin type, I would say this one may work well for you. But yeah, you saw how little I picked up on the sponge, and it really covered up half of my face. So it does have at least a medium to high coverage to it. Let me finish up the rest of my face here, and we'll really be able to tell whether or not this 10N is too light for me or not. Yeah, I think it's a little white. Would you guys agree? I feel like my face is even brighter than my neck, which is like really pale. Yeah, maybe I should have gone for, I don't know what this next shade up. I don't know if it's like a 15, maybe 15 or 20 would be a better match. But yeah, I really like how it applies. I'll zoom in here. I think it looks great. Like I said, the finish is very, very skin-like, and it's not as greasy as a lot of balmy products. I think it looks good. Really, really good, except for the actual shade. But yeah, the texture of it looks great. And it applied really easily, really seamlessly. It blended out beautifully. I don't see any like streaks or any, you know, weirdness around my nose or my mouth or anything. Looks really good. I've really been impressed with Louboutin makeup, I have to say. There were a couple products in the beginning that I wasn't sure of, like the liquid eyeshadow. That I felt like was a little, I'm not sure about that, but ever since then, I've really liked their products. The lip products, you guys know how much I love. The lip gloss, the eyeshadow palettes that I got, the blush highlighter palettes that I got, those are all really, really beautiful. So anyway, continuing to be impressed with the Louboutin Beauty products. We have another product from them that I will be trying on for you a little bit later. But let's move on. I do have a new concealer to try for you. This is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear Care and Glow Concealer. I love the foundation version of this, so I thought, why don't I try this serum concealer? So I have it in the shade 120N, and as you guys can see here, the doe foot has like a, looks like it has a little seat at the top. And then there is the shade, which has like a little bit of a pinky peach to it, although it's as touted as being neutral. So we'll just try it out. The texture definitely is very serumy. It's on the lighter side, but we'll see how much coverage it actually has. And I'm gonna use the same sponge, but I'm gonna flip it over to the new side and just tap this in. Ooh, lovely. And it's actually, I was worried that I got a concealer that was like closer to my skin tone, and then the Louboutin was gonna be too light, and then my concealer would be darker than my foundation, which it's not a good look. It's just not a good look. But I think this concealer is actually a little bit brightening. So it does work with this foundation, thankfully. Oh, the dangers of trying a full face of new makeup on camera. But I think that worked out. Yeah, so here's concealer, here's without. I would say the coverage for this concealer is like a medium, you know? I feel like it kind of eradicated any, like I have this, I mean, I have like a lot of light shining on me, but I have like a little bit of like darkness right here. And my skin tone just looks really evened out there. I think I did a good job. And my under eyes look very, very smooth, which is great. Really, really great. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the side. I don't usually use a sponge, but I like it. It feels nice. It feels really nice on the skin. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if that concealer has any sheen. I didn't see a sheen to it per se when I swatched it, but sometimes you can't really tell until you put it on. No, I think it just has like a very hydrated look to it, but I don't think it actually has like a sheen or anything. Moving on, I don't have any new powder, which is okay. I have very dry skin, so I only powder if I feel like I really have to, but this balm foundation, it doesn't feel greasy, like I said. I think this concealer, I mean, maybe it could use a little bit of powder just to set it down because it is a serum concealer. It does have a little bit of tack to it. Less about like setting it down, but more about once I put mascara on or eye makeup on, if you don't set your under eyes down with some powder, like everything will run a lot more than you think it will. So I'm gonna grab my Shiseido loose powder. This is the Synchro Skin Invisible Silk Loose Powder in Radiant. And I'm just gonna pick some up with my finger here, just a little bit, and just press it on top of the concealer. All right, do you guys like my nails? I went with a totally different color. This is like a metallic gold. They actually used, it's like called a chrome powder, and they put it on top of gel polish. So the shade of this was 24 karat gold, and it's a powder that they put, and then they put a top coat of gel on top of it. But I really like it. I think it looks cool. Okay, next, I don't have any new bronzer either, so I'm just gonna go in with the Clé de Peau Bronzing Powder Duo. This showed up in my last month's favorites, so not a surprise, it's just hanging out on my vanity here. But I'm just gonna warm up my face a little bit since that foundation I think is a little too pale for me. All right, and for blush, I have a new blush from Dior's Holiday Collection. This is limited edition, and check out the embossing on the front. It's so pretty. But this is in shade 826, and I don't think there's a name for this shade. It just says limited edition 826. But this is their Rouge blush, so I'm assuming it's the same formula as their regular line. And you know, at first I thought the shade was gonna be too deep for me, but I thought this kind of red toned blush I always like for the wintertime, because it gives you that, like I've been, I don't know, in a snowball fight, like it gives you that kind of flush to your cheeks. So I thought this may work. So I'm gonna use a very light hand with this because I do think it's deep for my skin tone. So I'm gonna use my Rephr 22 brush. This is actually a great bronzer brush, but I'm just gonna dip in lightly here. I just want a big kind of fluffy brush so I don't have it too concentrated, and just, yeah, it's pretty bold already. So I'm gonna put the rest of the pigment on this side, and then I may even need to blend out with a clean brush. Let's see. Okay, yes. Yes, this shade is perfect for that. I've been out in really cold weather. You know, you get that beautiful like red toned cheek. I love it. Perfect. But if you do have a similar skin tone to me, be careful. Be careful if you decide to get this, because it is pretty deep. But yeah, it just leaves like such a beautiful like flush. I love it. Okay, we do have a new highlighter. This is the limited edition holiday collection highlighter from Clé de Peau. Now, if you're looking to buy a gift for a makeup lover in your life, look no further, especially if they like highlighter. So this is the box that it comes in, and this is the motif that Clé de Peau has used on their holiday products. Limited edition, of course. It even comes with a special insert that the highlighter sits in, and then a special pouch. It has like patterning burnt in there, really pretty. And then here is what the compact looks like. Now the Luminizing Face Enhancer Compact is already, the original, the one that, you know, is part of their regular line, is already so gorgeous, but they've added the artwork underneath like this faceted overlay. It's so, so beautiful. And then inside we have the highlighter that is unique to this. It's not like a repackaged version from their regular line that's been thrown in here. This is a unique shade. It is 106 Dawn of Destiny is what it's called. Now, when you first get a Luminizing Face Enhancer from Clé de Peau, it will have a micro glittery overspray. I've kind of dusted that away, and the swatch that you see is just of the highlighter underneath, which is a very smooth, high shine, gorgeous, gorgeous highlight. So don't let those micro glitters fool you, especially if you're not into micro glitters. You will get a very smooth highlight. So what I did notice when I swatched this is a very cool toned highlight, very kind of white, frosty kind of highlight. So I usually like a little bit more warmth in my highlights, but I wanted to try this. I am definitely pale enough for it to possibly work. So I'm gonna use my Sonia G Soft Cheek brush. This has like long bristles, so it will have a very soft touch. So I'm gonna just pick up all around. I'm not really kind of concentrating my brush anywhere. I'm picking up like all of the colors in here, which you can't even tell. And just going to tap. And then brush on. I think you guys can see how white this glow is. Can you see that? Wow. Now this is a like a regular pressed powder formula. It's not like a, you know, baked gel powder or anything like that, or baked product. So you really don't need to go in hard with your brush. You'll pick up plenty of product just by tapping the tips of your bristles in. And then, yeah, I would just take it easy, and you can always build up. I mean, that goes for any, any makeup product, right? You can always build up, but it's really hard to take away. So there is Dawn of Destiny. Wow. I love, love, love how glossy that looks. Oh, it's so beautiful. So, so beautiful. This is definitely the season of highlights. You know, the holiday season. Just, I mean, who doesn't want to just glow, glow from within? Okay, so highlight, oh, brows. So this was not part of my Nordstrom haul, but this was sent to me in PR, and I've never gotten into the Benefit brow products, and they have a whole lineup, as you guys know, I'm sure. But this is the Fluff Up Brow Wax. And this, I think, is supposed to hold your brows. Oh, there, not 24, hello. 12-hour wear, waterproof. So those are the claims on this box. They did actually send me another one. I think it's like the Brow Setter, and that one's a 24-hour wear. I will never understand that. I don't know anyone who wears their makeup for 24 hours. Maybe doctors? Maybe doctors? I don't think I could ever do that. Okay, this is the packaging, and see what this looks like. This is untinted, I believe. I don't know if they do have tints. So I'm just going to brush that in. Oh, nice. It definitely tamed my brows. And this is very easy to use. It almost feels conditioning for my brows. Like it feels like silkier than like a pomade. Huh, interesting, okay. It does the job though. It really made my brow hairs behave. These on this tail, my left brow, it usually takes a lot more to make them line up like that. Okay. Wow, that's great. Thank you, Benefit, for sending this over. Fluff Up Brow Wax. It's very nice, very nice. Okay, for eyes, I do have another new product from Louboutin Beauty, and this is their Duo. What's the full name? I feel like it has Abracadabra in there. Oh yeah, Abracadabra Le Duo. This is a eyeshadow duo. Packaging is very Louboutin with the spikes on top. I decided to get this colorway because I figured these were shades that I would wear very, very often, but I will admit, this is very boring. But the shade name of this is strange. It's called Hot Nudes Chick. I don't know how I feel about that, but anyway, after swatching these two shades, there's only a slight difference in these two shades, as you can see on my swatch. So they both have a really smooth, beautiful, like satin sheen to them. Really, really gorgeous. The one on the right is maybe just a little bit warmer, but they are very, very close. But we're gonna try. We're gonna put both on and just kind of see what happens. I'm gonna use this Eye Basic brush from Chantecaille. I never realized this. I thought this was just kind of like a fluffy shader, but it's actually angled. So it kind of reminds me of like concealer brushes, like the BK Beauty concealer brush. That's really cool. So I'm excited to try this. All right, I'm gonna go into the lighter shade. So that's the shade over here on the left. And I'm gonna sweep this just over my whole lid. And there is a little bit of warmth to this left-hand shadow that's lighter. There's more warmth to the right-hand slightly deeper shadow. That one has like a little bit more of a peachy tinge to it. This has a little bit, but the other one has even more, at least according to the swatches. So I do see a little bit of warmth here. And I'm just gonna go into the deeper shade. Yeah, I don't think there's enough of a difference between these two. And in fact, I would probably just use the deeper shade just all over my lid. I think that would be really, really nice. In person, I see like a little bit of a difference here. Very slight. Very slight. I don't know why they use such similar shades. This just needs to be just a little bit darker. Just a little bit, and it would have been great. I'll have to look at the other options that they have in these duos. I know there's one that's a little bit, is it purpley? I think there's a duo that's kind of purpley, but I'm hoping there's a more dramatic kind of neutral shade one, because I just think this would be so nice for like travel or just kind of throw in your bag. Can you guys see the shade difference? Maybe a little bit. I kind of carried the deeper shade into my socket line area. But yeah, it's just really subtle, really, really subtle. But I will say the formula is great. I love this sheen. It's really, really beautiful, and it's so smooth. It's like highlighter for your eyelids, really gorgeous. Okay, I think I'll have to look for some other shade options though, because I do really like the formula. All right, I'm just gonna line my eyes with my Hourglass Voyeur waterproof gel eyeliner. Wow. Curl my lashes. And I do have a new mascara. So this is the I Want You mascara from Westman Atelier. And it comes in this beautiful red tube. Is that not gorgeous? I love this red. It has just a little bit of orange in it. Here's the Louboutin red, which is more of a neutral red. You see that little bit of orange? Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. I will confess, I'm not the biggest fan of Westman Atelier's first and original mascara, the I Love You mascara. It's just a lot of product comes off. It's a very kind of like thick, on the clumpy side kind of mascara. This looks a bit fluffier. Yeah, a little bit fluffier. So, oh, and this shade is brown. Your eyes do not deceive you. So this one is called Le Brun Clean. And then I think they have one that's just maybe noir black or something like that, but they do have a black version. They did send me both, and I was really excited to have a brown version. So this formula is a little bit wetter than I like, but it doesn't seem that messy. That's generally the problem that I have with wetter mascaras, is that they seem to kind of get everywhere. But this doesn't seem too loose. I guess that's what I always associate with wet mascaras, is that they're also like a thinner, looser texture, but this doesn't seem that way, so that's good. Nice. I think it made my lashes kind of fluttery, and I don't think my lashes are sinking immediately, so that's also a very good sign. No complaints. No complaints on this mascara. Beautiful. Okay. Last but not least, I do have a new lip product. And this is one of the new Hermes Shine lipsticks, or Brilliant lipsticks, excuse me. This is in shade 84, Rouge Abyss. And when I first saw this color on the website, it looked very, very dark, and I just kept passing it over. And then I realized that it's more of a sheer kind of lipstick formula. So here is the beautiful packaging. Is that not gorgeous? And then here's the tube and a swatch. So you can see how I thought this was just a super dark lipstick, but it turns out to be kind of like a berry stain. And of course it does come in the orange Hermes box and the teeny tiny dust bag. So I'm excited to try this because this formula, this Brilliant formula, is very comfortable. It's very moisturizing. It has the same fragrance as the other Hermes lipsticks. There. I mean, I love a dark lip, but I can't deny the fact that they are very high maintenance. They're hard to put on. You got to get that perfect lip line, and you're constantly touching up. Like if it's not like a liquid lipstick, you're constantly touching up if you're going out. I really like the fact that this is kind of easy. It's a little bit more sheer, but it's impactful for sure. Definitely looks like I have a deep lipstick on, but I don't feel like it's too fussy, you know? All right, so there is my full face of new luxury makeup with a couple other things kind of thrown in there. And don't forget, definitely check out Dean Davidson for 25% off. I'll leave my coupon code up here again and again down below in my description box. I'll link everything that I use down below there as well. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.